Okay, we have a question. Is our military so woke it's hindering our ability to protect itself? Here to answer, former acting Secretary of Defense and author, Soldier Secretary Chris C. Miller. Sir, let's take a look at some headlines as we get into this. Freedom Caucus leader weighs in on military wokeness and defense spending cuts. Woke ideology has infected every aspect of American life. That's Senator Rubio. We know that this is being implemented in various ways, but what are your thoughts about this, Chris?
Thanks for having me on. This is such an important issue. And of course, Senator Rubio is so well spoken and so thoughtful about this. And thanks to you guys for telling the truth and taking on this important story. And here's the thing, I did 30 something years in the military, and I haven't met a single person that joined the military to be part of the culture wars. They actually want to prepare for real war. It's all about combat readiness. And so we've got to rid our military of these things because our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marine, and Guardians that are in the Space Force, they're not looking to be part of this. They just want to do their job. They want to be recognized and they want to serve. They don't want anything to do with this. So I'm really disappointed, to tell you the truth, in our senior leadership that's allowing this to happen.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question is, how does senior leadership make these decisions? Now, I don't want to be naive. I have friends that work in the Pentagon, and they have a saying: once you put a star on the shoulder, they become political. They're politicians. So you become a general. So is that what this is all about? It's politics, and they don't have the backbone to stand up and say, no, sir, or no, ma'am, those are not the right values that we need to implement here in the military?
You just nailed it, and that's why I wrote this book. That's one of the key points I wanted to bring up by talking to the American public about this, because I was raised in maybe I was the fool, but I thought accountability and I thought, speaking truth to power was part of our obligation as a military officer and a senior non-commissioned officer, a sergeant. So I kind of disagree with you that just because you put a star on doesn't mean that you change your values and your ethics. But something's happened, and that's why we really need to look at this, because we're getting something wrong. Commanders need to lead their forces and not worry about all this other stuff and protect those people that are down there serving. They're America's treasure. Protect them from all this nonsense and just let them do their job. That's what they joined for.
Do you think that's what's going to happen, Chris? Because I think what my hope is we're going through this area. It's a phase. It's a political phase. It's going to go away, and then we'll have common sense once again. What I fear, though, is that isn't what's going to happen.
I think you just summed it up. And thank you for saying that. The common sense is the one thing we have in abundance in America, and we'll get this right. But we got to kind of get through this crazy phase right now. We got to pull politics out of the military. Politics is everywhere. I realize that. But that's what we have these senior leaders for. They need to protect those kids. You're not supposed to call them kids, I know, because they're all men and women. And but still, look at my white hair, and we're kind of in a different place now, I know, but I still think of them as kids, and we need to let them do their jobs. And I think we need to start assessing how we need to assess how we promote and who we reward for senior leadership positions, so that we can get through this phase.
Okay, Chris, appreciate you joining us, talking about this topic. And one day we'll just have a segment on what you have behind you on your shelves, because I think that's
there's a lot, I know.
That's a show right there. Okay, thank you very much, Chris Miller.
Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Good
luck.
Thank you. You too.